Jack Reynolds and knocked backwards, if you can believe that. 11th play in this drive coming up. Anderson will look and throw. Alexander does not get in. They give the shotgun, I don't know. The 49ers don't think he made it. Just on the bottom of that pile, Jack Reynolds again, number 64. That's a team effort for San Francisco's defense.
Craig Patterson's way to the goal line. He goes in for a 49er touchdown. And the 49ers are leaving the Miami Dolphins far to the rear now.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
This is complete domination. The 49er offense has beaten the Denver Bronco defense every way.
From the 44, they fake it to Floyd. Young to the air, Young to Jerry Rice. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Well, that's quite a statement their defense made. To handle the middle of the football field, and Frank, I have dumbfounded as to what they're doing.
Good move to the outside on Carrington.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a legendary day. We done traded for a pass rusher. So obviously we're going to go over our new as I like to, will now probably call him after his first sack, Huff Daddy. We're going to go ahead and get into that. But before we do, as always, you already know the drill. We got to pay some bills. If it'll allow me to click on the video to allow us to pay some bills. There it goes. Founded and backed by the GOAT himself, Goat Fuel is a great tasting energy drink without the crash. Use our affiliate link below to save 10% on all Goat Fuel energy drinks. Help out the show and save 10% at the official Niner online store by using our affiliate link in the description below. Go to seatgiant.ca to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. The website again, seatgiant.ca, promo code Niner Faithful Radio. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at all right, ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking.
From the 44.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
You're tuned into Niner Faithful Radio, the show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful.
All right, so want to give a shout out to all the new people watching the show. We appreciate y'all tuning in for the first time. Normally, we got a better setup with your boys in the process of moving studios. So for now, this is what we got. But I think that the lighting looks better than it did last week. I'm happier with the lighting. Hopefully, it'll stay up. I don't think this lighting will be staying up, and people be tripping on me screwing in stuff into the walls. So it has a thing where little hooks that we can screw it into the walls, but people will be tripping about that. So, pick your battles, right? So we actually have a little bit more team news than just trading for a pass rusher. And then we obviously, I haven't seen anything from OTAs besides Brock doing Brock Purdy things, Dirty Purdy, as we like to say. Man, this new setup on Restream is starting to irritate me because I can't find where our little things are to change the camera angles. I'm hoping that if I give y'all whatever, I don't know what's going on here. Apparently they got a different place for our notes and stuff now. Private chat, this QR code. I want to learn more about that. Anyway, so real quick, the Niners went ahead. The Niners went ahead and put something out on their website. So we're going to go ahead and read it. I got a notification from the app shortly before. Actually, not shortly before. It actually was a while ago. We got the comments popping up. All right, everybody. The San Francisco 49ers announced that
defensive lineman Bryce Huff has passed his physical with the team, therefore completing the trade with the Philadelphia Eagles. In addition, the team has signed wide receiver Malik Knowles to a one-year deal, waived linebacker or offensive lineman Nicholas Farrett, and placed wide receiver Trent Taylor on the injured reserve list. I believe, unless I'm mistaken about the rules, ending his season. Knowles was a 6'2 and 196, originally entered the NFL after signing with the Minnesota Vikings as an undrafted free agent on May 1st, 2023. He has spent his 2-year career with the Vikings and the Packers. In 2024, a 24-year-old native of Mansfield, Texas, Knowles attended Kansas State University through 2018 through 2022, where he appeared in 51 games, 39 starts, totaled 127 receptions for 1,867 yards, 14 touchdowns through the air to go along with 16 carries for 440 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. He earned second team all 10 big honors in 2021. I mean, just doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that Trent Taylor's season, like I said, unless I'm mistaken about the rules, Trent Taylor's season is done. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that, the receiver that we signed is to replace him on the roster, at least through mini camp and training camp and all that. I don't even know what we're officially on. I think we're officially in OTA still, or are we in mini camp? I never know what we're in. All I know is this is what's up, David? Good to see you. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. I'm with it, brother. Hold on. We got your sound right here, baby. Of course, it's taking forever to load like it always does. Oh my God. There we go.
Same old sorry ass man. So long.
For those who don't know, every time David pops up and says what's up to us, we always got to play that clip because David McNiners is Mr. Hate, or McNiners. David McNiner is Mr. Hate the Yams. So, and he'll put a comment talking shit about the Yams here in a second. So man, I can't believe they really swept our asses last year, bro. I was so hot. So I don't think this is not like I saw a couple people compare this to when we traded for Fred Dean in 2021. I wouldn't go that far. Fred Dean's a Hall of Famer. Bryce Huff isn't going to be a Hall of Famer. Crazy Juice, what's cracking, baby? Good to see you. Okay, now the chat's starting to show up. Y'all gotta forgive these lights are. Yeah, this isn't the best setup I have here. Y'all gotta forgive it. Matter of fact, you know what? Okay, it's back working. Miss Veronica, hello, good to see you. I don't know about beauties. Jason's not here today, but I'm rocking solo bolo until training camp. But it's good to see you, Miss Veronica. So we got, okay, the chat's starting to get in here. We're starting to get more viewers. Okay, so I'm excited about the Bryce Huff trade because let's be real. We've said it a billion times on the show. The Niners are obsessed with creating what we had in 2019 when you had Nick Bosa and D Ford coming off the edge, right? Bryce Huff he's our D Ford replacement. He's a speed edge rusher. He's the one. And I also like this for another reason because it allows McLeod Williams not to have to come in and have the pressure of having to be a day one start 3-down player. It allows him to develop and do what he really is best at, which is stopping the run. He's really an elite run stopper and brings some value as a pass rusher. So this allows the Niners to develop Williams behind the scenes, put him in 3rd and 15, very, 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 spots that are gonna do, he's gonna do well in. either passing, with the pass rush or in obvious pass rushing downs, build his confidence. I'm not going to say, I'm not pointing to this move and saying this is going to be the difference. And because of this move, now all of a sudden we're going to win the Super Bowl. But I will say it makes me feel a little bit better because DN was a glaring need on this team. And we've addressed it. You can finally say we've made an addition that's a starter. I mean, maybe not starter as in he'll play the first snap of the first game type of starter, but a starter in the sense of when it's the money down, when it's time to get off the field, it's third down, it's fourth down, end of halves, the minutes, the moments that really count in football, he's going to be on the field. And I think the problem with him in Philadelphia was that they were asking him to be an all-around defensive end, and that's not a specialty. As D. Ford once said, his specialty is to go that way. As D. Ford once famously said, talking about getting after the quarterback. His job is to go that way and get after the quarterback. So it's just, okay, I need my regular listeners. Y'all know how I am. I can get high. I can, be hyperbole and all that. Calm me down, bro. But it's just, it feels good, bro. Like I'm starting to get really good vibes about this team. Like I know I was pretty bleak, and everything like that. But I'm starting to say like, okay, we got all the contracts done. So there's not going to be any distractions except BA, which we'll get into in a second. But as far as contract drama, there's going to be no contract drama with the Niners this year. None whatsoever. Everybody's signed. What if Jason and I said almost after the end of every show, just keep the good vibes going, baby. Just keep the good vibes going. We're starting to address the needs of this football team. We just traded for a defensive end. I think once the league officially comes down with the suspension for Robinson, then we'll see whether we make a move or not, depending on how many games. I don't think we'll make a move for 3 games. I don't, maybe foolishly, but I don't think Kyle's losing any sleep over playing the Sheacocks, the Aints, and the Cardinals in the first 3 weeks. As far as like you give him a healthy CMC, a healthy George Kittle, like, our team's healthy, ready to rock and roll. Obviously, except BA. But you give him CMC, George Kittle, Brock, and Trent Williams. I think, and the defense, I won't even say it plays up to top tier caliber, but just isn't the issue. And the special teams, which, bye-bye Mitch. We'll get into that too. But as long as the special teams and the defense aren't the issues, I believe Kyle's confident that he can go 3-0. I know Jason's nervous. I'm semi-nervous because I remember the Niners losing a game to the Bears week 1 in 21 that we had absolutely no fucking business losing. So fluke shit happens week 1 all the time. But I think Kyle's confident that he can start off 3-0 if you give him CMC, George Kittle, Trent Williams, Brock, and a defense that's not a shiv, and a special teams that can't get out its own way. I think Kyle's confident that we can start 3-0. So everybody seems to be thinking it's going to be 3 games for Robinson. I think so as well. So I think we'll be all right. I don't think we're going to make a move for a corner. And the only other glaring need I see on the team is safety. But let's be real, the Niners are probably going to just rock with Jair Brown and Malik if he can come back in enough time. If not, then I don't know. Roll out the helmets in camp and let somebody win the job in camp. But I see us bringing like a Deshaun Gibson Sr. type of signing. I don't think it's going to be a splash trade or anything like that. It's going to be an under the radar, low key signing that, you know what, maybe we might be blessed enough to get a starter out of. You know, in case Jair struggles or Malik's not ready. Or let's be real, Malik doesn't come back the same after a torn ACL or partially torn ACL. So we'll see. Real quick, bye-bye, Mitch. This should be exciting. You know, I know people are bitching about, you know, taking a punter in the 4th round and all this type of shit. Look, it is what it is. I mean, what would y'all? So we don't draft a punter to what? Turn around and draft a fucking running back in the 4th round that's not going to play, and that our undrafted free agent that we sign is going to be better than. You know, ask the Raiders how bad they hated Sebastian Janikowski and I forget his first name, but Lecter. Shane Lecter, I believe his name was. You know, their special teams core for it seemed like forever. It was Lecter being their punter and Janikowski being their kicker. So the reason this should excite Niner fans, not, we're learning about not drafting kickers in the 4th round. Bruh, I wanted the Thunder from down under so bad, bruh. I wanted Mitch to run in a fucking fake punt for a touchdown so bad, just so the crowd would just go, Ozzy, 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 oi, oi, oi. I did, bruh. Like, man. But you know what? Unfortunately, backs don't get better, they get worse. And let's be real. How many years, Crazy Juice, how many years have we bitched about the Niners special teams unit? Right? How many? Let's be honest let's remove remove the Niner hat. Okay. How many years have we bitched about the Niners special teams? Years. You can't keep rolling back the same players and expecting different results. Plus, backs don't get better, they get worse. So this is what excites me, is now you're allowing the special teams coach to coach special teams, to bring in his own players, saying, hey, in my special teams expertise, these are the players that I feel will fit my system the way I want to do things best. Okay, cool. Let's bring in those players. Right? Like, we can't keep on rolling back the same special teams players that continuously give us subpar special teams and then expect our special teams to get better. We just can't do it, bruh. And our special teams cost us football games. Our special teams might have cost us a trip to the Super Bowl in 21 because they cost us the 2 games against the Seahawks, which probably cost us the division. So let's be excited. Like, bro, I wish Mitch all the best. Man, I wish he was a 15-year Niner. But we can't. I know I'm saying this a lot, but you can't keep rolling back the same players and expect different results. Look, I agree. What's cracking, Jason? Good to see you, bro. Look, I'm not saying that Mitch was the worst, but Crazy Horse. Why did I say Crazy Horse? Crazy Juice. You can't roll back the same players and expect different results, brother. You know, plus, I don't want to talk out my ass, but I believe this punter might be cheaper. So, save us some cap room. You know, John Lynch, I know the famous show saying that we always do. We might have to change it. You know, I know we used to say, fuck what they say, fuck what we say, fuck what they say, look at what they do. Now, it might change because John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are actually doing what they said they were going to do. John Lynch came out and said, we're going to get cheaper and we're going to get younger, and I'll be damned if they ain't got cheaper and younger. So congratulations. They're actually doing what they said they were going to do. Real quick on the BA situation. I know there's some noise about trading him and everything like that and how he might be a distraction to the team. I mean, who's taking him? Who's taking BA right now? Look, did the Niners try to trade BA during the draft? Wouldn't surprise me. Will the Niners trade him right now for the right price? Hell yeah. But are the Niners going to be able to trade Brandon Ayuk right now, especially before he's able to step onto the field and show that he was anywhere near the level of – oh, I agree. I'm just saying, as of right now, I don't have a special player on special teams. Neither do I. And that will come naturally. That will come naturally. But yeah, so regardless, trade him, not trade him, nobody's taking him. We're stuck with BA. At least until next year. He's playing the 2025 football, however many games that is for him. He's playing it on the Niners. All right, y'all. I'm going to start to babble and everything like that, and I got to eat dinner. I'm going to try to keep these shows with me till a half an hour so I just don't go on babbling. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm sure we'll have something to talk about next week. We'll be on same faithful channel, same faithful time, same faithful channel. Till then, we're going to get up out of here and say faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners.